Now for our next conversation, please welcome Wemimo Abbey, co-founder and co-CEO Esusu. John Hope Bryant, founder, chairman, and CEO Operation Hope. Ty Roberson, Southeast Director, Philanthropy and Community Impact, Wells Fargo Foundation. And moderator Jabari Young, senior writer Forbes and editorial lead ForbesBLK.
Y'all getting tired of seeing my face yet? No? You sure? Okay. Thank you all again, hanging around. And this is the last one before lunch. Y'all all are hungry. So you're like, Jabari, keep this, let's wrap this up. But this is a serious conversation, right? Look at your bank account, look at your retirement accounts, look at where you stand financially today and ask yourself, are you prepared to get old? That's a deep question, right? Are you prepared to get old? As he said in the conversation, with Robert, Black America spending power $2.1 trillion, right? That's up from $835 billion in 2019, and we're expected to hit $2.1 trillion next year. However, in a report from McKinsey & Company, this is called the economic state of Black America, what is and what could be. It came out in about June 2021. I found that report very interesting, and in it, it labeled Black families in America, the median wealth for Black families in America, only $24,000. Compare that, just for context, to the median family in white America, $188,000, right? We far behind. So this is a conversation to kind of check on your financial stability, kind of asking yourself, are you ready? Can you retire? And I want to start the conversation off like that. And Wemimo, I'll start with you. When you hear the phrase financial stability, what comes to mind for you?
Well, thanks a lot for having us here. When I hear the phrase financial stability, for me, it comes down to three things. Number one, are you spending beyond your means? Number two, do you have equity? And then number three, do you have the three most important digits in America, a good credit score? And let me tell you why the last one is important. If you have a poor credit score, or a subprime credit score, it can cost you over $250,000 in interest over your lifetime, point blank period. The average debt in America is around $96,000. There are 45 million people in this country that don't have a credit score. If you do that math, that's $4.1 trillion that we're leaving on the table. So you gotta have good credit, you gotta have good leverage, you gotta make sure you spend below your means.
Ty, because I know John he's gonna rip me a new one. When you hear the phrase financial stability from Wells Fargo's perspective, what comes to mind?
So what comes to mind for me is certainly being able to be sure that we have access. And access we can't stop with access. We really need to be sure that we're looking to see those who are invisible from this financial picture. There are more than close to 25 million people who are considered unbanked or underbanked. And if you don't know what unbanked or underbanked means, it means someone that's unbanked is probably going to check cashers to be able to cash their check because they're not a part of the main banking system. Someone that's underbanked may have a checking account, but they still may go to a check casher or do some type of alternative or fringe service. So we've been very excited with our Banking Inclusion Initiative to be sure that we can hope to bring more than 25 million people into the mainstream banking and to educate with financial literacy, financial education, and strong partnerships, what we have with Operation Hope through Hope Inside Centers. We're very proud that we have more than 30 Hope Inside centers operating throughout 100 of our branches within Wells Fargo, with the goal to move that to more than 50 more in 2026. So it's about access, it's about strategy, and moving beyond just financial literacy, but really gaming up more on this initiative.
And put y'all seatbelts on. John gonna go. John, when you hear financial stability, I just asked you back there, and you was like, yo, and so tell them what you told me.
Hello, Atlanta. To you. By the way, that's a black man that took a dream from a little town in Nigeria with his mother working an hourly job, sent him here with nothing. He now runs and founded a $1 billion
That's right.
company.
That's right. Esusu.
And she wants his business.
Yes.
And he wants to write about him. That's the new model. I don't want you surviving the storm. I want you dancing in the rain.
Yes.
Racism is like rain. It's either falling someplace or it's gathering. So you might as well get out an umbrella in the color you like and start strolling through it, because it's not going to change, so you must. You're not black anymore, you're green. You're not hated anymore. Unfortunately, people are trying to make you irrelevant. People are not going to hate you enough, to care enough about you to hate you. Private schools, private roads, private transportation, private lives, private neighborhoods, private communities, private security, if I didn't say that already. People are creating entirely different worlds to just disconnect. Now, it won't work because the economy needs all of us, but in the short term, that's the shift, and that's happening at a time where the Wall Street, the stock market, and the real economy are disconnecting temporarily. The stock market is working on sentiment right now. The only good news for the stock market is that billionaires are going to protect billionaires. So they're riding it up. As long as you're doing that in a really conservative basket of companies, I think that's you're going to be fine. But don't take that as an indication that everything is okay in the economy. It's not. Black people are Black people are the coal mine indicator that something is not right in America. What's that phrase, a canary in the coal mine?
Yep.
We're 7.55% unemployment rate today. 300,000 black women lost their jobs since January. So that's an indicator that things are coming for the broader economy that hit us first.
Yep.
Now, my white friends are like, oh, I'm in a crisis. Well, shoot, black people have been in a crisis every Tuesday. We've been doing so much with so little, with so long, we can almost do anything with nothing. So crisis shouldn't bother us. But if you're not prepared for it, if you don't understand what's going on, then you'll make the wrong moves. Charity is out. Yep. It's done. You're gonna probably have 15 to 20% of current nonprofits go out of business in the next 18 months because folks are trying to squeeze, are trying to starve these nonprofits so they don't have to listen to all this. So success is being able to not survive, but to exist for the reset. I want you to exist for the reset. And I want you to prepare to become her customer. Now, I've got, she said 30 to 50 locations. No, I want 200 locations.
Yes.
They're not doing that on charity. I'm the only nonprofit in the history of this country, ever allowed to operate out of a bank branch in US history. That's not out of charity. I go from Wall Street to Main Street. I get our people rehab, get our credit score up, debt down, savings up, flip the person around, take them back over to the bank, get the bank out of the no business, back into the yes business, so they can say yes to credit. They can't say yes to your 620 credit score. The average credit score for black people is 620, not poor people, all black people. So racism, discrimination, police brutality, all these things are important, but that means half of us are waking up in the morning locked out of the free enterprise system. When you wake up, you can't get a decent loan at 620. I said on social the other day, you can get a Mercedes, but it won't be a Mercedes, it'll be Mercedes payments. You can't get a decent home loan. You can't get a home loan at 620. You need 700. You can't get a small business loan. It's risky credit. So we have got financial literacy is a civil rights issue of this generation. I want us to reimagine everything. There's $100 trillion of wealth transferring in the next 10 years. 15 trillion of that are businesses. Successful, profitable. Real estate having, brand having. They've been in business for 10 years, but what they don't have is a succession plan. The kids don't want the business. The wives don't want the business. The husbands don't want the business. They want the cash, the bonds, the stocks, the businesses. They want to go party because the first generation makes it, second generation spends it, third generation loses it. Am I going too fast? So out of the 100 trillion, there's 15 trillion. That's going to transfer in the next 5 to 10 years. These are successful businesses. Think about the biggest nursery in your little town. Think about the biggest dentist in your town. Think about the biggest daycare network in your little town. Go buy it.
Yep.
Don't do a startup for $25,000 on a GoFundMe campaign that's going to go out of business in 3 weeks and your cousin's going to hate you because you got the money from them. Go buy a company with $1 million of existing cash flow and profitability with assets underneath it and get the bank to finance it on an asset-based financing with non-recourse debt. I'm telling you, it's like all my white friends, 65-year-old, wealthy, all trying to go play golf at the same time. I'm joking, but I'm serious. Nobody wants their businesses. Go become friends with a white person. You think I'm kidding? Go find some Asian, white, I don't care who they are, black, brown, somebody 65 years of age wants to go retire and can't. They'll do seller financing.
They will.
And then she'll do the debt financing. She gets another promotion. He gets another story to write. We've got to become a market opportunity. We don't want to hand out, we want to hand up. We are America's future. Not just Black lives matter, Black capitalists matter.
I love that. See, I told y'all to buckle up. I told y'all.
And buy a home, and get a will, and get an insurance policy. Okay, I'll stop.
Well, I do want to ask, Wemimo, because some people in here may not know what Esusu is. So I really want you to explain it because what John was just saying, and Ty kind of, piggybacked off of that, credit score is important, right? We cannot do anything without credit score. I had bad credit when I was young, foolish, playing around, not understanding how to use a credit card, had to repair that, and now I'm good, but still, a lot of people still don't understand it. What is it that Esusu does, and how are you helping people to improve their credit?
Absolutely. So Esusu stemmed from my personal experience and my co-founder's experience. I grew up in the slums of Lagos, Nigeria, like John said. I lost my father at the age of 2, and I was raised by my mom and 2 very spirited sisters. And one thing my mom always believed in was the power of education. She afforded my school fees to one of the finest high schools in Nigeria, despite having less than a high school degree herself, and worked at the post office for over 21 years. So when all those kids in my high school were going to the United States and Europe, even if I got into the best university in Nigeria, said those kids don't have 2 heads or 4 eyes. So I self-studied for the SATs, passed, and then came from 80-degree weather in Lagos to negative 22 degrees in Minnesota. And that was a character-building experience, because when my Atlanta friends and New York friends hear I like to deer hunt and ice fish, they look at me crazy. But during that transition, something important happened, and that's one of the real pain points to start the company. We walked into one of the biggest banks in Minneapolis, because as an international student, you don't get financial aid or Pell Grants. You got to pay everything out of pocket. So when we walked into this institution, we were turned away and had to go borrow money from a payday loan lender at over 400% interest rate.
Wow.
My mother sold my father's wedding ring. We borrowed money from church members, and that's how we got started in America. So really inspired by that experience, we started Esusu on 3 core premises. No matter where you come from, what you look like, or your financial identity shouldn't determine where you end up in the greatest country God has ever created. And the way we make that happen is simple. There are 110 million people in this country that rent. They send on an average $1,200 to their landlords every month. If you annualize that number, that's $1.4 trillion going to landlords. But when we got in this business, less than 3% of that data showed up on their credit score. So we said, if you pay, like John said, when you buy a house, that data is reported to show your creditworthiness. But when you pay rent, which is predominantly people of color, a lot of us in this room, that data doesn't count for you to be a credible lender. So what we did was simple. Give credit where credit is due. When you pay rent, it should show up on your credit score, because that's the right thing to do. And it's not just good because, it It's going to help people of color. It's helping people in South Dakota, North Dakota, Washington, Nebraska, because if we have more data incorporated, we can improve the GDP of the United States.
That's right.
More jobs will be created. And John is famous for saying, there's not a lot of white men to drive the GDP of this country. We need a lot of people involved. So today, Esusu is now valued at over $1 billion. That's a company that was started by a kid from the slums of Lagos, Nigeria, that believed America also has a place for him. So, and you know, when we raised that round of financing, and just to give you some of the numbers that I'm most proud of, it's not the $1 billion that I care about.
That's important, though.
It's important. You know, because I called my mother when we raised $130 million, it's $1 billion. I'm like, hey, Mom, we made it. She's like, yeah, I'm so proud of you, but how's the wedding planning coming along? But it's important. Eunice did not know what $1 billion is, because guess what? She barely graduated high school, right? She worked at the post office for 21 years. I made more money than my mother when I was in high school, because I used to flip Game Boy cartridges and PlayStation 1 CDs to all my colleagues in high school. So for me, the work that we're doing, when you think about the numbers, in this case, the math has no opinion. We've established credit scores, never had a credit score for over 250,000 people in America, number one. Number two, over 4 million people have gone from subprime to prime. And when we look at those people's data, they've now unlocked $50 billion. Let me repeat myself, $50 billion in credit opportunities that they otherwise won't get access to. And of that $50 billion, $30 billion of that is mortgages, the most consistent way of building wealth in this country, right? So this is not about spraying and praying. This works. The numbers have no opinion, and we're just playing to win, and we're getting started. And like John said, just talk to someone fundamentally different than you are, right? How many of us know someone in New York here? Amazing. How many of you know people in South Dakota? You know, probably less than 2% of the room. We got to talk to people fundamentally different than us. This is a $20, $30 trillion opportunity in this country. We should not be left behind. And let's use our collective force to play to win and get in the game of capitalism. I'm a justice capitalist.
Ty, I want to switch to you right fast in the remaining minutes we have. Take me inside of that partnership with John, right? You have Hope Inside, right? This is where you offer free financial coaching, small business owners. Like, take me inside of that partnership. What's working?
Absolutely. So I would say everything is about it is working because the need is there, and we have a strong partner that understands the need. But also very proud that Wells Fargo also is trying to change the game, in that we recognized in 2021 that we needed to do more. So we came up with the Banking Inclusion Initiative, certainly to be able to address unbanked and underbanked, as I've spoken, but also being able to have those one-on-one coaching sessions, getting people into Main Street banking and being able to do that, but also having very valuable partners like Operation Hope and Hope Inside. But as I've mentioned, it's important that we level this up. It's not enough just to have financial literacy the way that we've always had it over the years. So we've spoken about small business. We see on the stage the testimonial of being able to start a business. You've heard from John the importance of being able to buy equity into a business. So even when we're looking at a model that has financial literacy, building credit scores, building assets, lowering debt, we also need to see the importance of being able to do this with small businesses. So in working with Operation Hope, when I say what's working is that we're seeing results. We're seeing people increase their savings. We're seeing them decrease their debt. We're seeing them increase their credit scores. But we're also seeing innovation to recognize that it's not just about that we need to dip into the small business sector. And that's what a partner with vision will do. So I'll say it's a great partnership in that we see what's happening. We're listening to the community. We're listening to our clients, and we have a partner that's going to respond. Yeah.
The remaining sections we have left, I want to ask each of you, right? Walking away here as we enter 2026. If someone in this room, maybe you're not financially stable, right? What are the steps to get there to ensure that they are prepared to get old, to ensure that they have retirement, to ensure that if they have one economic shock, that they can recover, right? What are your tip? John, what's your tip? And then Wemimo, what is your tip? Ty, start with you.
I'll just say quickly, my tip is to go into a bank. People think that you have to have money to walk into a bank. There are several services that are there that are available to you just to be, whether you're looking to invest or whatever you're looking to do, buy a home. I would say go into a bank. It's not necessary always to have money. That's the perception. We recognize that we need to build trust in the Black community, but go into a bank and start to be connected.
Yeah. John, your tip, and it says time is up, must break for lunch, so you gotta be fast.
That's so wrong.
You're the holdout.
Why you gotta pick on me and tell me the time is up? This is, good thing I don't have a self-esteem problem.
Yeah.
We don't have a little bit of time left. They want to eat.
Time, but you got it.
I know you got, can I have 2 minutes?
Yeah, 2 minutes. Yeah, right.
Go.
You're sitting in a moment in history right now. But it's not going to feel historic when you're sitting in it. It's just going to feel like another day. This is the third Reconstruction. It started in 2020. It's going to go to 2030 or thereabouts. The first Reconstruction was about freedom. The second one, civil rights movement, was about access. My hero, Andrew Young, has a documentary out October 17th on MSNBC called The Dirty Work. Watch it. He's 93 years old, the last living lieutenant of Dr. King. You're living in a moment in history. Third Reconstruction is about access, opportunity, and ownership. From civil rights to civil rights. From the streets to the suites. This is your time. This country cannot grow without you. Don't look at a situation that we are in as a negative. We can't fall from the floor. Black folks have a 44% home ownership rate compared to 75% of our white counterparts. He's already said, number one way you build wealth in America? Home ownership. What do they want? Mortgages. Most of our businesses don't have employees. What did I just tell you? You can go buy a business and don't even need a personal guarantee to do it. And nobody else wants them. AI is coming. It's going to change everything by 2030. You won't recognize the world, but you guys live on your phone. This doesn't intimidate you. 99% of nobody knows anything about AI. White folks do. That means it's equal opportunity discrimination. Here's one easy one for you. Any small business 5 years ago bought a website, got a website built, cost them $5,000. You go into your local community in Columbus, Georgia, in Nashville, Tennessee, go in your local community and just start calling up businesses. I will redo your website with AI and e-commerce for $500. I'll do it in a week. What small business owner who just spent $5,000 5 years ago would not say yes to $500? It costs you $50. That is a 90% profit margin. You do 2,000 of those in a year, you've made $1 million. That's just an easy one. Everything's gonna, am I talking to myself? Everything's getting reimagined, everything under AI. So whether it's artificial intelligence or home ownership or getting your credit score up, so if you raise credit scores 100 points in our community, neighborhood by neighborhood, you stabilize Black America. You go to the computer at midnight with a 700 credit score, it doesn't ask you whether you're Black, whether you're female, what political party you're in, it says yes. Midnight, somebody just told me outside, he tested what I told him. Get your credit score to 700, there you go, get your credit score to 700, go to the computer, don't ask for nothing crazy, but a sub $100,000 credit request, it said yes, right? I'm telling you, this stuff works. You can't fall from the floor. Go get you an insurance policy, a life insurance policy, because you're gonna, I don't know how long you're gonna live, I damn sure know you're gonna die. If you have children, and you're young, you can get $1 million policy for $100 a month, a term life policy, and then direct that through a will to your children. That's generational wealth. Go buy a home. Use the Community Reinvestment Act at Wells Fargo to get that mortgage. Get a down payment. Act like you poor for a minute. Get some down payment assistance from her. You buy your first house. 4 years into that, you use the equity through a HELOC, home equity line of credit. Buy your second house, nothing fancy, hood adjacent. Worst house, best block. Buy it, rehab it, rent it. Don't rent it to your cousin Pookie, they're not gonna pay rent. Business is personal. Business is not personal. Capitalism is a gladiator sport. Make the money and give it to whoever you like, but run it like a business. Do that 3 times, you'll be a millionaire. Just that. So when everybody's out here freaked out, we should be freaked on. We should be turned on. Though this is your time. This is your time. Just pick a lane and show up to her, and not with your hand out, with your hand up. Excuse me, everybody.
He gonna get me later. Do you want to try to follow that?
Yeah.
See, when you got $1 billion, you're like,
I'm born ready.
What's your tip?
Look, the game of life is a collectivist one. There's an African saying that if you want to go fast, you can go alone. Each and every one of us on this stage, we walk together in one shape or form. But if you want to go far, we got to go together. That's right. There's a fundamental difference in America. As an immigrant coming to this country, I stand on the shoulders of so many black people that have paved the way for me. But there's 2 parts. There's a part of capital, and there's labor. You can go work for someone, and that's all well and good. But capital and labor will never outrun capital. Never. I don't care how much you make.
100%.
We were able to build $1 billion company in 6 years. Right? If you work 40 years, you're probably not going to get there. Black people are the most innovative people on the surface of the earth, not only this country. Wrong stories have been told about us, but we got to be on the side of ownership.
Yes.
That's right.
Not labor. You're going to walk, my mother always says, you're going to walk till you die, but when you own, it multiplies and it's exponential. Compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. Warren Buffett said that.
Talk to me.
And AI
That was sexy.
is the 9th wonder of the world. So now we're going to go to church. I'm going to ask everyone to stand up if you're able. Stand up, stand up. Stand up. We're going to go to church. So I'm going to ask, and we're going to have to talk like we woke up this morning. Right? Because many people went to bed last night and didn't see this good day. It's not by your power, not by your might you woke up this morning. It's just by the grace of God. But as we talk about God, what we still got to do is get serious. So what side do we want to be on? Labor or capital? Come on, man. You woke up this morning. I need the energy. We got to raise this roof up. Labor or capital?
Capital.
God bless you and God bless this country.
What's up? What's up? Love you guys.